You know, once I saw the Shekinah glory, it was just so powerful. It knocked me down for about 10 months, and so I couldn't function hardly. I was just barely functioning for 10 months because it was just out of this world. And so that was in 2012, February. Almost 10 years later, I still am like being revealed stuff and I think what happened was once I saw that Shekinah glory, a spiral light, once I saw it was downloaded all that. I think I was taken out of time. I'm still in time in the natural, in the physical body, but I'm outside of time in my mind. The physical body's in time, but I've come to realize that everything that happened after that was because I was outside of time. I could point my finger, and 5 minutes later, somebody would point their finger. But it was delayed because it was like a reflection, like an echo. You know, it was just a delay. You know, like if you speak an echo out here, it comes back, but it's delayed. You know, sometimes you're so close to where you need to be, it just echoes instantly. And it happens a lot it used to happen a lot on that other channel I had. And people say, do you read my mind? No, I'm not reading your mind. When you tie in, it's high level synchronicity. And I actually, if you meditate on it, you already know what's going to happen before it happens. I was at Walmart yesterday. I was looking for a hat because it was so cold. Or the day before yesterday, I think it was yesterday. And they said, we're sold out. Just not a jacket with a hat. I said, have you got a man's scarf? No, we don't have any of those. So the next day I go to work, somebody's ironing a scarf. So it had a reflection. So I'm outside of time, and I'm still in time. In the physical, but in the mental, I'm outside of time. Everything I look at is the same truth. And so it was being revealed that every moment is a worship service, and whatever comes to your mind, anything that comes to your mind, this is going to sound kind of crazy. If it's a good thing, I mean, if it's positive, it's already predetermined. Let's say you're adamant about becoming a banker over here. Something in you is built in. You want to be a banker. Well, it's predetermined. You just take the steps and it's going to happen. It's going to appear. So out here is the hologram. And so all possibilities are out here right in front of you. All possibilities. And so you just collapse the wave function according to your calling, your purpose, your goal, whatever. You have certain personality traits that you want to you want to be in a certain situation. But you have to go through the trouble and the process and the birthing and the struggle and the education and the sacrifice and all that for it to appear. But it's already there. It's already written. If it's something deep down in your heart that you want to do, it's already there. It just has to appear through the struggles, the birthing. You have to get really good at what you're doing, you know, whatever it is. And then you become like a master. Let's say you're a master carpenter or a master plumber or a master electrician or whatever. Or you paint and you become a master at painting or whatever. It's already there. It just hasn't appeared yet. If it's in your thought is spirit. The mind is, I can instantly, let's say I went to California to visit somebody on the other side of the country, and then I flew back. But my mind could instantly be there even though I'm not there, if I've already been there before. Or I see a picture, you know. Your mind can instantly be somewhere way past the speed of light, you know. It's based on the neurons in your mind, in your brain. The synapses, how fast the synapses click in your brain. But you can instantly, so say you're not at home, but you know what it looks, you can instantly be there in your mind. So your mind is outside of time. And if you take the word men, you take the word man, M-A-N, it goes back to men, M-E-N. And if you take that word and you unfold it, it goes back to mind, to think. Because man is a thinker. You can think. Mankind can think. Now, if you type the etymology of an animal, it probably leads to the word beast. So a brute beast doesn't use their mind. It doesn't use their brain. That's why when you deal with the flesh creature, brute beast, Cain flesh creature, they might, you know, like in other words, a lot of these atheists, they're brute beasts. They know how to calculate, and they can do computer work stuff. But they're brute beasts. They don't really think long term. They're just able to calculate, but they're not really thinking. Well, who created you? You came from a monkey? Think, man. You didn't come from a monkey. Use your brain. You're made in God's image. Do you really? Yeah, but our DNA is similar. Well, your DNA is similar to mice, but you didn't come from a mice. People don't think. They don't think. What's that about? How can they be so smart but not able to think? You're gonna get a witness. Because they don't have the spirit of truth. They don't have any truth. I know before I got saved, I didn't even know what, I didn't have a clue what this place was about. I had zero knowledge about this place. I was just, I don't even know what I was doing. It's wild. You have the ability to think, and you can use that brain to not only think, but to plan, and to foresee, and to have a precog, and have a to cut, pre-cut. Prepare is pre-cut. You can prepare, so you know every year it gets cold, and you know every 5 years a battery goes dead. So every 5 years you replace your battery, and you go to the dealership and say, I want a new battery, and they say, well, the battery's fine. I don't care. I want a new one. I want a new one because I don't want to be dealing with it when it's cold. If I pay for it now, I don't have to deal with it, you know? Speaking of now, what time is it? Let's see if I can get my oil changed, if he's still open. Live in the now. But also prepare. You might say, well, okay, so if we're outside of time, how does that battery die? Well, anything in the physical's inside time. Anything in the physical goes through cycles. So when you charge your battery, it's cycle on, cycle off, cycle on, cycle off. And so anything in the physical is stuck in the cycle, which is time. And so you know that. It's just like talking to somebody, okay? So if you talk to somebody long enough, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's saved or unsaved. You talk to somebody long enough, they're going to start repeating the same stuff. They're going to start cycling in. They have this mindset. They start talking about this. Let's say they talk about traveling a lot. They're just going to be talking about traveling all the time. And every time you see them, they're going to be talking about traveling. If they're talking about music, they always talk about music, or it always comes back up. Or if they're a complainer, they're always complaining. If they're worry wart, they're always worried. You know, it's the same cycle that they might escape it for a season. Now, if you can escape, now the way you can't escape it, but this is hard work, and a lot of times you have to do fasting. fasting and prayer. It's hard work to escape some things. But you have the ability to fast, pray, and escape it. You can overcome. You know the cycles. You can overcome anything down here if you really start to think and meditate and focus on being free, whatever it is. You can be free. You just have to pay attention to your thoughts, because your doctrine, your belief system is your doctrine. What you believe is your teaching, and your doctrine determines your behavior. Your thoughts determine your actions. So if your actions are bad, that means you need to change your thoughts. And if you renew your mind, you change your thoughts. Let's say you're dealing with depression. Well, you know that's not biblical. So why are you depressed? You need to change your thoughts. If it's because you don't have any money, work. Save some money. Invest, whatever. Quit eating snacks. Quit eating sugar. Drink water. There's a way to get out of anything if you just pay attention to how you're thinking and then how you're acting. First how you're acting, how you're thinking, then change how you're thinking, your acting will change.